If you were to visit Mars, you probably wouldn't think that it looks like a very nice place to live. It's dry, it's dusty, and there's practically no atmosphere. But some scientists think that Mars may once have looked like a much nicer place to live, with a thicker atmosphere, cloudy skies, and possibly even liquid water flowing over the surface. So, how did Mars transform from a warm, wet world to a cold, barren desert? NASA's MAVEN spacecraft will give us a clearer idea of how Mars lost its atmosphere and its water. Scientists think that several processes have had an impact. The NASA MAVEN mission will explore the red planet's upper atmosphere, ionosphere, and interactions with the sun and solar wind. Scientists will use MAVEN data to determine the role that loss of volatiles from the Mars atmosphere to space has played through time. And that will give us an insight into the history of Mars' atmosphere and climate, liquid water, and planetary habitability. MAVEN is an acronym: Mars Atmosphere and Volatile Evolution. It's part of NASA's Mars Scout program funded by NASA headquarters. The principal investigator is Dr. Bruce Jakowski of the University of Colorado's Laboratory for Atmospheric and Space Physics.
What happened to the atmosphere? How does that affect the climate on Mars? And then how does that affect things like the geological history of the planet, the potential to be able to support life? These are important questions for understanding Mars as a planet.
This past week, crews guided the MAVEN spacecraft inside a payload fairing into place atop a United Launch Alliance Atlas V rocket at Space Launch Complex 41 at Cape Canaveral. The Atlas V will lift MAVEN into space and onto Mars. That launch is scheduled for next Monday, November 18th. MAVEN will go into orbit around Mars in September 2014. For WFIT, I'm Rick Glasby.